Man, we're gonna be going into this law, but we're gonna be breaking down, what's going on in Philly. Big conversation in Philly right now. A lot of people in Philly that are Muslims are upset right now because of TK Kirkland comments on what his thoughts on Philly Muslims are. And I feel like every Philly Muslim should understand that the behavior that you display, what everybody sees from you, right, is it doesn't show that you have that certain thing within you to be righteous. All right, people don't see you as righteous people. All right, I'm trying to find something. Hey, Salaki, sir, you got me. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all hear this right here.
Okay, I follow the. No. Don't tell nobody you're Muslim. Why not? Because you don't move up Muslim. I do move Muslim. I move in. I do. No. So it's a different way we move over here in Philadelphia. Not saying nobody's perfect. The religion is perfect. We're not perfect.
All right, so y'all hear that, right? So I want y'all to understand this. When you read the Bible, if we could, sir, can we go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1? Because when you read this Bible, you have to understand that in Islam, they took everything from the Israelites. Muhammad learned from Israelites. It's in history. This is common knowledge. He learned from the Israelites. That's why early Islam, they prayed towards Jerusalem, because Israelites prayed towards Jerusalem. But you won't understand the direction that the Israelites prayed towards, because your pastor never taught you. This is not common knowledge within the Black community. So now here we go to IHBK. We got to teach you about what it means to even pray. When it comes down to our original culture, we have no problem with that. But when you look at Islam, right? Islam teaches you that no one is perfect but Allah. Okay, whatever. But that don't give you the excuse to be a filthy sinner. And what this brother was saying, he like, well, we do it different here in Philly. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on.
Absolutely not. I'm Muslim. Okay. I follow the. No. Don't tell nobody you're Muslim. Why not? Because you don't move up Muslim. I do move Muslim. I move in. I do. No. So it's a different way we move over here in Philadelphia. Not saying.
Now he's saying it's a different way we move here in Philadelphia. Y'all show me the fruit, the good fruit that's produced from Islam in Philly. I'll wait. Sir, have you ever seen any good fruit produced from Islam? You ain't seen none. I damn sure never seen good fruit produced from Islam. When I got locked up, who you think primarily was in that pod with me? Muslims. And Muslims was up there taking advantage of the weak, preying on the weak. They didn't prey on one another because we're Muslim brothers. We got to stick together. But when they see another brother, they mistreat him. When you read the Bible, it doesn't teach you to treat a brother or a sister that is not within, of the Israelite understanding and moving like an Israelite. It never teaches you to treat them like vomit. It teaches you to treat everybody with respect, to be fair and justful with everyone. That's why you go to court. Oh, well, you're not white, so I can give you the maximum time because you're not white. You will feel some type of way about that. But we're Muslim. We can't do that to one another. Islam is the reason why Philadelphia is in a bad predicament that it is now. Because y'all believe in a lie. And another thing is, this man is saying what every other Philly Muslim say. well, we do it different here in Philly. You don't gotta keep no one is perfect. The religion is. Let's read what God said in the Bible, who Muhammad plagiarized. If we could, sir, Deuteronomy 28:1.
God, as opposed to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Hold on, right? If I could, the Most High wants you to pay attention. He's not a person that wants you to, be laxy-daisy with your studying. He wants you to pay the effort attention. He wants you to be all ears. He wants you to observe. He wants you to obey. He wants you to gain wisdom. You don't gain wisdom in Islam. When I see them sisters, them Muslim sisters, we all say it. Damn, I ain't know she was Muslim. You know what people would say about us? They might see us in common gear. They might not see us with the shield on and all that. But you want to know something? Most people, when they talk to us and they find out that we actually Israelites and that we are in ISUBK, they said, damn, you know what? Now it all makes sense. That ever happened to you? That happened to all of us. They're like, dang, yeah, now I see why you be saying what you be saying. We be in there on our Harriet Tubman and the slave. Like, yeah, man, this is slavery. we're trying to fish them in. We're trying to say, yeah, let me see who the coons in here. You know what I mean? You see what they did to the bull? The cops did to the bull? Dang, and then you start dropping some gems on a situation what happened publicly. You dropping gems when people talking about certain things. Yeah, man, we shouldn't be doing that, man. We brothers, man. We shouldn't be acting like that. Hey, man, you got a problem with that brother, man? Just pull him to the side, man. It ain't that deep. You know what I mean? You being the peacemaker. You doing the things that God said to do. And once people find out that we are Israelites, they be like, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Because everybody know what we teach us. It doesn't matter we love our people. We put our people first. Every other nation put their people first. We had to put our people first. When you read all throughout the Bible, the prophets always put their people first. You can't go through history and see any hero that didn't put his people first. Didn't put his people on his back, stood on the front lines and took every sword, every arrow, every abuse for the love of his people or her people. See, you going to Islam, you don't give a damn about your people. I remember talking to a Muslim. I remember being on the phone. I remember I told you this before. I was at Barzal. I was on the phone with an E-man. I was trying to get some intel on something real quick. And man, I was just talking. And we started talking about history. And I was like, well, the Bible comes before the Quran. And the Hebrew text, well, that's what the Bible is. So them scrolls that they found in them caves and put all together, well, it always spoke about the 12 tribes of Israel. Why isn't Islam keeping the high holy days when God made it a commandment to keep the high holy days? Why are we not being taught that who the tribes are? They can't give you an explanation. When I read the Bible, I can tell you why the priest can't come in your house and unalive you for certain crimes that you commit against the Lord. Because of Christ. Christ died so that every Black, Hispanic, Native American can have a chance at redemption. But when you go to Islam, it's going to be nothing but holes and contradictory. I didn't even get into what they teach it in the damn Bible. I mean, in the Quran. I ain't even touched it. I'm only touching the surface because I need you to lock in on this conversation. You need to understand that Black, Hispanic, Native Americans need solutions right now. You need solutions right now. And what we're reading in the book of Deuteronomy is the main solution. Let's read it back again. Verse 1.
And it shall come to pass, if thou hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
All his commandments. You keep all his commandments. You want to change Philly? We can change Philly overnight if we all keep God's commandments. It won't be one drug being sold. People will get themselves in a rehab. People won't unalive one another. Donald Trump will look like an idiot trying to bring the National Guard to Philadelphia. That's what he want to do. He want to bring the National Guard to Philadelphia. He wants to terrorize black and brown people because he has the power to do it. You want to know who made him look like a fool when he tried to say that they was acting like animals? Portland, Oregon. He tried to send the National Guard. He tried everything in his power to send the National Guard up there just so that he can exercise his dictatorship. And you know, they try to make a big deal out of people wearing frog suits, sitting in the streets, dancing and partying peacefully. We gotta have it to the point where if Donald Trump go to them judges, and he try to deploy troops, they gonna be like, what the hell is he trying to deploy troops for on them black people? Why are you trying to deploy troops on them Hispanic people? They're not doing anything. What are they doing? They're not doing anything. In the ISUBK, if every black, Hispanic, Native American community was to actually follow, what God said to do and come together as a nation not desired, being one body, one spirit, one baptism, man, we'll make sure that no Hispanic would be mistreated, because we would make sure that Commander Giuliano would make an amazing plan that would keep our Hispanic brothers and sisters out of harm's way. You get what I'm saying, Officer Barzal? Like we sit down, we like, look, man, y'all listen, y'all trying to clean up shop. Look, this is what we're gonna do. We're coming. They would look like morons, because we would have to make them. The Lord would make them have to be at peace with us, man. But when we don't keep God's commandments, when we want to go and be Muslims and Christians, we don't think like that. We're selfish when we're in these religions. We're lost in these religions. I'm tired of seeing so many black families having to end up at family court. And when I see it, I see Christians and Muslims. But I don't see the ISUBK flooding up the family courts in the cities that we in the ISUBK. I don't see that, because one thing we understand is that God said that we must be one unit to the death. We promised two things. I will never leave you. And one day you're going to have that day that is going to break your heart, because I'm not going to be here anymore. That's the oath that every man gives to every sister in this school. No Muslim man is giving that oath to Muslim women at all. When you look inside the ISUBK, we're not selling drugs. We're not committing crimes. We're not going to prison because we want to be wicked bastards. We do what the Most High say to do. We lead by example. In Islam, Islamic men in Philadelphia don't have any leadership at all. I don't see any leadership in the Muslim community. Should I elaborate on that, sir? Shoot, let's talk about Ramadan and what happens around that time. Y'all don't have y'all people in order. The men are supposed to be militarized. Supposed to be militarized. How can you speak on prophets that militarize the men of Israel, right? How can you talk about Isaiah? How can you talk about Christ? How can you talk about Abraham? How can you talk about Moses? Especially Moses? How can you speak on Moses, who went to war for his people, follow what the Most High said, and organize a priesthood to make sure the people of Israel was safe, that if things was going wrong, they can be quickly fixed, having solutions. How can you speak on Moses? How can you be Muslim and mention Moses, read about Moses, and not understand that Moses was a man of war? Moses was a man of war, a man of strategy, a man of integrity. You think that you think Muslims in Philly will be able to survive in the times when Moses was in power? You will be put to death. You'll be put to death. Because Moses wasn't tolerating you shaking your ass for the world to see. Moses wasn't tolerating homosexuality. I'm seeing Muslim women telling people that is against homosexuality because God said that he's against it. Telling people that not to judge those, not to sit up there and saying a lot. Don't say anything about gay people. That's their life. I'm like, don't you know that if you go to the original place that you got your religion from, they would probably behead you for co-signing homosexuality? Real Islam is evil. It's really evil. Real Islam, y'all sisters would not be able to survive overseas. Why do you think the Muslim women come over here to America, benefiting off of what black and brown people had to go through to give them any type of freedom here in America? Why do you think they flood over here in droves? Because overseas, they can't be a hoe. They say it's one adult movie star. They said if she ever set foot back in them Arabic countries, they said they are going to take her, they're going to do her dirty. The worst thing that can happen to a woman is going to happen to her if she ever step foot over there. They said that to her. They said, if we ever see you, and Rihanna had a situation. Rihanna, I forgot, she did some type of photo shoot, and they told Rihanna, we want your head on a pike. You better not step foot over here. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Because y'all don't study, because Philly Muslims don't understand the Bible, you get bamboozled. Now you believing into a false God, because Allah is a rock. Allah is not even real. Allah is a rock. Why do you think that you bowing down and making Hajj, bowing down to a rock in Mecca? When God said in the Bible not to bow down to a water stone. We're going to keep going. So we left that to observe and to do.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So that nation of people that Muslims in Philly follow, you're following after the Arabic nation. You're trading in what God said is rightfully yours for vomit, for nothing. You now, instead of you, like the Most High said, he said, man, if you keep my commandments, man, I'll put you above all the nations. Right? What means we would be the ones that's in power, not Donald Trump. And you gotta remember, every time you do something wrong, just know that it could be you that's in power right now. If we will listen to what the Most High say to do. Straight up and down. Like the Most High is showing you that he's working. He put the most stupidest president known to man in office. And he's hardening Donald Trump's heart. I mean, Republicans are starting to turn on him. Today, he literally told the DOJ, right, is making journalists sign contracts where basically you don't have the freedom of press. You don't have that right anymore. If you want anything from the Pentagon, you want anything from the DOJ, you got to sign this contract and we control what you put out, even if it's classified information. Why? Because they want to control the narrative. They want to be able to lie to the people. They want to lie. And there's so many people that is against it. They own people. White people is against it. A house that is divided, it will surely fall. Always remember that. Always remember that. Right now, you're seeing what the Most High is doing. He said he was going to do this. He said he would bring them into the Valley of Jehoshaphat over there in the Middle East. Donald Trump thought that he can make a peace deal with Hamas and Israel. Who the hell he think this is? You know, Israel said they was mad. They said Donald Trump turned, he a traitor. He's a coward. Donald Trump, he sold us out. Because basically he told Hamas, look, he gave Hamas some orders within his peace deal. I don't remember it all off the top of my head, but pretty much Hamas was about to pretty much go, like, Palestine was supposed to go, everything would go back to normal. Everything was going to go back to normal. Israel wouldn't be able to, pretty much take over Palestine and, Gaza and all that. Like, Israel wants to take over Gaza. They want that land. Most definitely because they found out there's oil on that land. So they want to build a reserve. So when everybody else's oil starts to deplete, they be like, well, we got oil and y'all can get it from us so that they can be a superpower on the face of the earth. Like, they're already a superpower now because they got America backing them. But I'm trying to tell you, Israel got a plan and they're going to do everything in their power to succeed. Well, Donald Trump thought that he was going to be able to piece this deal. And he's like, yeah, I did it. I got the deal done. I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. And all of those Republicans was gobbling up that man's sack. Something crazy, Officer Barzal. I'm talking about, they're like, yeah, man, Donald Trump, he's did it. He didn't even sign the damn contract. It wasn't even sealed. It wasn't even agreed on, and they gobbling up this man's sack on national TV. Then boom, what happened today? Bombing Lebanon. Hamas, Israel trying to make it hard. We want all the bodies of the hostages that you killed. Even the ones you killed. They didn't bury the hostages. They didn't bury them. They like, yo, you want us to dig up them bodies? Yo, what are you talking about? Yo, we supposed to be trying to make this deal. You want to make this deal of what? You know what I'm saying? And now the war is back on. They still trying to, America's still trying to be in the middle, but the Most High, like, nah. You ever seen how people use that little blow fan for that flame? That's what the Most High doing. He like this. Or they putting that fan on it, making it hotter, making that flame get hotter. But the Most High want to show the world who's really in charge. But see, when you give your life to Islam, you giving up your seat in the kingdom of heaven. I'm giving you the game. Islam in Philly, man, is not working. Your woman is whores. Your woman is whores, man. That bitch is on a stripper pole She's shaking her ass on the weekend, getting drunk out of her damn mind, a drug addict. You understand? Did I say that she popping her vagina to every man in Philly, in the tri-state area? You understand? And she a lesbian. And then when Ramadan hit, she's covered up. And even the damn the outfits is tight now. I remember at one point in time, I was brothers, am I right or am I wrong? Even when they used to do the Ramadan, it would be loose fit. And y'all Muslim men ain't checking these women. Y'all supposed to be the leaders. Now the women can do whatever the hell they want. I tell you this, Commander Jenny Hanna see one of his daughters in here in IGBK dressed inappropriate. He's going to check her. He's going to check her. More importantly, if she got a husband, he's going to go to the husband and check him. Hey, why is your woman dressed like that? That ain't the standard of the Lord. Because we care about how we are perceived in here. Thinking that you can live your life willy-nilly is a lie. White people made us believe being sinners is okay. Because you want to know why? We see white people, we see that they did the worst in the world. And they have not yet faced the huge justice that's deserved for them. We ain't see it. We ain't never see the whole white nation fall like we fell. See, we know that we are cursed people because we live it every day, right? But when we see them rich, powerful. Everybody loves white people, right? And they made it cool to be a sinner. They made it cool. Oh, be a drug dealer. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You get that money. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with being a hoe. Go get that money. Go have your fun. When you want to get high, man, get high. You want to smoke your weed, man, it's cool. Remember Cheech and Chong? Cheech and Chong, man, made a lot of people potheads back in the day. White men back in the day, back in the 70s, snorting that coke, man, that was like a status symbol that you was able to snort coke. You up here sniffing coke, oh, he got money. He's sniffing coke. Yeah, I got money. I don't mess with none of that little cheap stuff, man. I'm a classy nigga. I play with my nose. Because why? We was watching the white man get high and he had all the money. We watched Scarface and was inspired by Scarface. Now we want to get high and sell drugs and murder people because Scarface made it look cool. And who put that in front of us? The white man, right? Even the drugs that came into our community is from the white man. It's all throughout all the records. You can go look up the book from William Cooper, where he breaks down how the CIA, the FBI, and the DEA, all every branch of government had an involvement on destroying the black community. Because they didn't want to go to Congress to go get that money for war that they was having in South America. They was like, yo, man, we're going to have to get this money another way. They said, man, we might as well sell crack to black people. Let's sell them crack. Let's get them all high. You want to know what else? We can invest in prisons. So now, because we already got them in poverty. So now they down on their luck. They're going to want to sell the drugs. The people that is down and out, well, they want to get high so that they can numb themselves. And now they're going to get high and they selling the drugs. Everybody going to be all flashy. We're going to know the ones that selling the drugs, but we're going to supply certain ones, you understand, with the work. We're going to work with the ones that's down with the program until we don't need them no more. We can't let them know too much of what's going on for real. Freeway Ricky Ross was the original culprit. that went into the black community and destroyed it. He destroyed it. That whole Snowfall show, I love. Let's get out of hand. That show was amazing. You want to know why? Because everybody wanted him to have a what? A happy ending. Oh, yeah, he had a happy ending. The happy ending that he deserved. To be a drunk, where he despised his father. When it came to oppression, his father was depressed. His father was a beaten Black Panther soldier. He was a brother that was that faced white supremacy at an all-time high. An all-time high. And he fell to the liquor bottle. He fell to the liquor bottle, wasn't there for his son, wasn't there for his wife. And I'm talking about the show. He wasn't, he failed his family because of oppression that came from who? White people. Right? Now his son, knowing that his father was a soldier that stood 10 toes for Black and Hispanic people, no, he went to go work with the very man that his father was against. You know what the mother did? She knew she had to punish herself, and she also knew that she had to punish her son. And that's why she killed the agent. And she did it in broad daylight so that she can be punished because she had a hand in the drugs. Because she was trying to do the right thing. And she was seeing all the people that was coming in the center was getting high off the drugs that her son was selling and that she was helping clean the money. The father got tired of it. He's like, man, I ain't dealing with that, man. The hell is that? White dude killed his father. He still worked with him. The mom know that he died because of the father. You understand what I'm saying? Well, the father died because of the white man. She had to deal with that. And she's seen everything that happened. And this is something that is reality, where when you look at what happened in our community, we fell so low. All them alphabet agencies came after us. Women like Margaret Sanger came after us. Who else? The welfare program came after us, man. So many people was out for our downfall. And the reason why I love what was his name? I forgot the director that John Singleton. John Singleton did an amazing job with that show because he wanted people to understand what he's seen growing up. Because he grew up in South Central. You get what I'm saying? Like John Singleton grew up and he seen what crack did, and he didn't give that man a happy ending. Because the happy ending never happened for us. We still struggling. We still affected by the crack era. Look at the cause and effect. Most people in our generation, and my generation, didn't have a father. It was either the father didn't want to be present, the father died, he was in jail, or the mom pushed them away. And then now the next generation come, well, we ain't being taught how to love and we ain't getting that proper education from our fathers. Well, a young man going to be emotional. Now let's tie this all in with Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, the crack era was very prevalent here, right? Crack era was heavy here. And today, you want to know the effect of the crack era? Go down to the family court. I believe with that 15th and Arch. Go down to 15th and Arch and see, I believe it's 16th and Arch. Go down to 16th and Arch and see how many Black and brown families is down there because they can't love one another. Look at how many Muslim women is taking they baby father for child support. And I ain't gonna say that every case is because she's trying to keep the man away from the kid. Y'all Muslim men is known in the city for not taking care of their damn kids. How I know? Because I sat back and watched so many other situations unravel. I seen it. I was like, damn, that nigga don't want to take care of his kid. I got female family members. I know the one, my female family members that's trash, and I know the woman that ain't trash. And I have seen Muslim men on countless occasions not want to take care of their kids. You understand? Showing your kids that it's okay to sell drugs. I have seen Muslim fathers sell drugs with their son. Straight up, show them how to bag up the work, cook up the work, how to transport the work, put them in positions. I'm telling you, I literally seen the duo. I said, well, damn, so the son is the plug and the dad is working with the son. And the son is running all types of operations in his neighborhood. I'm talking about this cat wasn't no small time individual. Him and the dad, the Muslims. I'm talking about the dad had the orange dye in his head. I mean, in his beard. Barzo. You know what I'm saying? They hitting you with that. You get what I mean? When you look what's happening in our communities, why are you not seeing Muslim men coming together in droves, hitting all of these schools that we know is mainly Muslim young boys, putting in the work? Another thing, if we want to talk about the prophets of old, why y'all not hitting the streets like we do? Going to camp is in the scriptures. It's in the Bible. I guess what that's what they say, Barzal, that's what y'all Muslims be saying about the Bible is tainted, is it been corrupted, right? It's not correct. So I guess going to camp, that don't make sense to you. That don't make sense. Going to camp, going out on the street corners, teaching our people to turn away from their evil. You know what? I get it now. Because in order for you to do that, you had to stop the evil. You get what I'm saying? Because all the Muslims going to do is pull up to the camp and be like, nigga, you just sold me that brick the other week. What you talking about not to sell drugs, nigga? I got to re-up. I got to meet you up for the re-up later on tonight. The hell you talking about, nigga? You on some, Aki, you on some bull crap, man. You trying to tell people not to sell drugs, man. Like me and you, nigga, we get high together. What are you talking about? Don't let no Muslim woman walk past that damn camp. She like, you be at my damn strip club every damn night. What you talking about? Now you trying to tell me I'm a hoe. Like, it's so many hoes in that religion. Let's get to another scripture, man. I mean, shoot. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6. Let me go there. I'm trying to tell you, man, like when you go inside this Bible, like even this is another thing that needs to be understood. That we have a big issue. One of the biggest issues in our community is mental health. Like we, for a long time, in the Black community, it was an unspoken issue that was going on. Like to say that you was depressed was damn near like saying as a man you got a vagina, right? Saying like we didn't understand anxiety. We would just always feel that fight or flight feeling, right? Being saddened about certain things that happened in your life and not being aware of certain traumas, PTSD. Like we just realized what PTSD was. Like we wasn't really calling it PTSD. It was just like, this is what it is. You get what I mean? And in the Muslim community, there's a lot, just like any community, it doesn't matter if it's Israelite, Christian, whatever, there's always going to be mental battles that is being taken place. And what you have to understand is that there's a demon for everything. If you're not teaching people to strengthen their spirit, matter of fact, can you drop what you got? Can you give me Amos chapter 5? We can go to verse 1. Right? When you read the Bible, it tells you things to do of the spirit. It tells you things that you do of the flesh, right? Like if you hungry, that's your flesh talking, right? Your spirit is going to want you to study. Your spirit is going to want you to, that's next door, they doing work. Your spirit will want you to do the right thing, right? But your flesh might tell you, yo, man, we ain't had sex in a while. We need to go get us a little jump off real quick, man. You get what I'm saying? Like your flesh want to have sex now, your mind is going to go on to something that's evil. But when you live by the spirit, right, you're going to say, man, I'm chilling. I ain't about to do nothing stupid, right? Because you know that God said if you can't lay down with a whore, right? Don't marry a whore woman, and sex is marriage, right? If you lay down with that woman, you're going to have to stay with her forever. Vice versa, for a woman, if you lay down with that man, you can't leave that man. You got to stay with that man forever. Now, understanding those laws, guess what? Now you're not going to make those stupid moves because you don't want the stupid reward. And when you look inside these religions is not teaching you to go against your flesh. It's teaching you to go ahead and go with your flesh. Man, go ahead, and if you want to eat that pork, go ahead and eat that pork, man. You hungry? You on the verge of dying. Remember that? They say in Islam you can eat it. If you're on the verge of dying, you can go ahead and eat it. But when I read the Bible, a family died because they didn't want to eat the swine flesh, as from a demand from the Greeks. The Greeks wanted us to denounce God, and they knew that we can denounce God by the way of our stomach. So they said, all right, if you don't eat this swine, you're going to die in the worst way. And this one sister and her 7 sons all was put to death. And it got so crazy that the king was like, yo, man, why don't you just eat it? Just eat a little bit. Like, come on, man. Like, you making me look bad because y'all niggas is hardcore. They said, man, I don't care about this life. This body, all this, I get a new one. Because they understood the Bible. They understood the scriptures. They understood, yo, this is only one life. There's another life that's after this that God is going to give me. I'd rather die than to be a traitor unto the Lord. I'm not going to eat that swine flesh to save my life because, see, your flesh don't want to die, but your spirit is like, man, let's put this body to rest. We'll get another one. And that's what they all said. When you choose Islam to be your religion, when you choose Christianity to be your religion, when you take on some Buddhist or some Krishna lifestyle or some some African lifestyle or, spirituality, whatever you want to call it, you're going against the grain. You're going against the grain. I don't see no African tribes coming over here. I guess they're supposed to talk to these deities and these ancestors. Why none of them ancestors told them, take your ass to America and go see Commander Jenny Yohana and give him all your money? Why they not saying that? Huh? Why don't you see the because the ancestors talks to people. Why haven't your ancestors told you stop getting high, stop reaching out to them, and go put on your damn boots, brother, and go put in some damn work with the IHBK? Why haven't your grandmother taught you, whoever your ancestors tell you, sister, said go put some damn clothes on, go wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? Go put some damn clothes on. Stop shaking your ass all on the internet. Put them damn breasts up. Because you know everybody wants to be so damn free, Officer Barzal. You understand? Stop worrying about men and stop sleeping with women. I don't understand that too. How you gay but talking to your ancestors? That's a demon that you talking to. You understand? And go to Commander Jiniahana and go learn what it means to be a woman. You understand? And go support those brothers that is actually putting in the work. I remember, I don't know if you was dead, man. I don't know, but I remember, I think I was in Delaware. Was it in Detroit? I was somewhere, and this brother had fruit, right? He had honey, and he was cutting it. He was like, yeah, I'm giving this to the gods. And it was like, you giving fruit to the gods? What the hell is they not going to eat it? They don't eat food. I'm like, this is what you like. This is self-worship. What is this? I'm like, why don't you put some boots on and fight? I'm like a young trooper, so I'm full of fight. You understand? I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? Some damn fruit? Niggas is getting high on fentanyl right now. Nigga, you need to be with me and Barzal. You know what I mean? Carrying this damn heavy ass camp equipment. We need help. Me and Barzal came in this joint skinny as hell. Man, we need help with that camp equipment. We the only two troopers. They making us carry all the damn camp equipment. They said, oh, y'all want to be soldiers? You understand? I was just like, nigga, what are you doing? So my question to Muslims out there and to whatever you believe in, what the hell is you doing out here? You supposed to have on boots. Your God ain't telling you to go put on some damn boots and come get in class. That God is misleading you. Your ancestors is misleading. I hate that thing with the ancestors to the max. I hate it. Because your grandma ain't going to tell you that she see everything. According to you and what you believe, grandma know you a hoe. She knew you was a hoe before she died. She ain't know you was a hoe that bad. If we going off of your logic. Grandma know you was a nasty hoe. Grandma was going to tell you, you need to get in class like yesterday. You know what I mean? And you need to go get checked out. That's what your grandma going to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? Brother, he's going to, listen, your ancestors know that you're gay. Your ancestors going to tell you, brother, you need to go get in class and you need to get it right like 3 weeks ago. You get what I'm saying? Like this is, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to give y'all the game. We're giving you game tonight. If you want to be a man that's supposed to put his damn boots on, man, and fight. For what I've been taught and what I know, when I read the scriptures, I see. You know what I'm saying? You like, there's no way you can read these scriptures, right? And then not want to put on your boots and fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, even like you're a Muslim. How can you read whatever is in that Quran and you know, and not want to fight? Seeing that your people is destroyed, and you just sitting there like, yeah, man, you know, Allahu Akbar, and you smoking this blunt. Like, yo, it don't matter. Like, it's not adding up to reality, y'all. And again, like, y'all women is out of order. Women out of order, man. Yo, it's so many women out here. Y'all seen a girl, man, I ain't going to speak on what I seen her do, and I know she Muslim. She put after, I'm going to just say it like this. She took a picture of the aftermath. It was no picture, nobody in the picture. It was just the aftermath. And I said, why the hell would you post something like that? Why would you post something like that? Like this is what Allah is teaching. women, this is what the men is allowing. I tell you right now, let a sister in this school do what I seen her do it. I guarantee you that sister will not be in the school no more. Because it's like, oh, you want to behave like a whore. You want to behave like a bitch, a stupid bitch. We don't deal with that here. If you want to do that, you can do that outside these gates. Because in here, you're going to do what you're told. And that's what women need. Women need a leader. Now, does that mean to be a tyrant? No. But when it's time for correction, it's time for correction. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to, like, if you're a brother, you're going to want to protect your sister. You get what I'm saying? Like me, if I find out that I got a sister about to have an abortion, I'm going to tell her, no, don't do that. Don't get her an abortion. If you feel like, well, you got family. You get what I'm saying? Lean on the family, but don't abort the baby. You know, if I find, like, if a woman come to me and she dealing with some guy, or she talking to a guy, she ain't laid down with him, I'm like, what are you about? And she starts telling me, and I start seeing that she know, and she starts saying certain things, I'm going to say no. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, because you can't even be straight up with me. Because you care. Well, if y'all Muslim men, y'all care about the women in your school, I mean, in Islam, you should be making sure that you police them. You should police your women. It will help. Teach them women to watch what they say around them kids, what they say out their damn mouth. Because Muslim women is disgusting with their mouth. You will hear one Muslim woman call you a dickhead. Excuse my language. She'll call a grown man out of his name and then get mad because he didn't smack the Sonic coins out of her damn head. You understand what I'm saying? And then these kids is running around. These little girls, it was a point in time when you hear a young girl going missing, you be like, oh my gosh, man, somebody got her. Like you stressing the hell out. Now, you know what most people say? She probably outside being fresh. And you know what happens when this how you know that Muslim women don't have no shame. They would post the child's Instagram. Now, mind, this kid is like 12 years old. Barza. 12 years old with an Instagram. But they showed, I remember this one little girl, right? It was recently. They showed a picture of her, and they posted a video of the little girl. She only 12 years old. Now, I'm looking at the video, and I'm like, why is she outside dressed like that? Like, I remember we was at camp. Shout out to Captain Cod. We at camp. I'm pissed. I'm livid. Because these little girls is walking around downtown dressed like hoes, misrepresenting black people because they parents don't have the decency of policing their children. You Muslim men, you is not policing, and Christian men, y'all is not policing your children. Y'all not policing your children. They walking outside wearing whatever, dressed like they grown. And grown women and she shouldn't be wearing that. But Barzal, I'm looking at the young girl had her shirt halfway on, halfway off. So she had like the sports bra that they wear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the sports joint. It's like you can go to the gym with it. No, it's like the top for a woman. It's like kind of like a white beater, but cut to like the solar plex. You get what I'm saying? She had that on, but it was skinnier. And like Cat in the car was like, put your damn clothes on. And when I tell you, the spirit of the Lord jumped on that young sister, she didn't look at him the wrong way. She couldn't even, I'm trying to tell y'all, I swear I wish we got this on camera. He said, put your damn clothes on. Walking down, like he talking to her like a father's supposed to talk to a daughter. When I tell you, she did it all in one motion. She said, like that. All her girlfriends was like, yeah, girl, why are you dressing like that? Like that spirit of the Lord even got on the sisters because they was walking around for a minute down there. The spirit of the Lord got on the other young sisters, checking her. Like, yeah, man, why are you dressed like that? And she couldn't even register that she just got checked. You know what I mean? By a father that haven't been in her life at all. But again, Captain Akkad being a leader, like he's supposed to, right? Being a father to the fatherless, he had to check that young sister openly, like a man's supposed to. That's what you're supposed to get from a man of the Lord. And that young sister, she walked down that street and she finally realized that she got the checking of her life. And then she undid the shirt again. I said, that little girl, man, she is lost. But that fatherhood, that love from a father to a daughter was given that day. Now, in Islam, Muslim men see these young girls walking around, and most of them, they do find an issue with it, but they don't say nothing. They don't say anything. So you know what the ISBK do? We do the job for you. You don't want to speak up, it's cool. We'll do it. We'll be fathers to all your damn children. We'll be a brother to all your children. We understand the job. You're not built for it. And that is a damn shame that we had to speak like this to Muslim men. I'm talking to the men, not the sisters right now. To Muslim men, you got to understand that the job that y'all doing is horrible. You can't control your events. Your events get shot up. Young boys fighting. There's no way in the world you on E3, E2, and your joint is still getting shot up, and the men don't think, let's be militarized for this event. Let's make sure that nothing happens while everyone is down here. It should have been Muslim men with bulletproof vests. Shoot, y'all got guns, had your guns the whole nine. Everybody would have been spread out. Like, hey, make sure you walk. We ain't sitting around, no. As soon as you see something happen, hey, yo, boom, like that. Handling the situation. You're a grown-ass man. You gonna let some young boy run the show? No, you the man. The ISBK, our events don't have your outcomes because we do what the Most High said to do. We are peacemakers. And on my rank, you better believe we're going to make sure peace is there. What's the rule with the Passover, Barzal? If you going to act like an effing animal, you better not come, or I'm going to throw you the hell out. That's what he said. I don't want to see you cry in the hallway. I better be walking past your room. I better not. He said, if I hear you crying in your hotel, I'm knocking on the door with a priest and telling you to pack your bags, and we're going to make sure you get back home. That's what a father does for his daughters. That's what a man does for the women of his nation. Because he wants perfection from his woman. You want to know what happens when women are perfected? The children be perfected. So that's why here in the ISBK, we have kids that is flawless in school. We have kids that is well behaved. I thought my kids was crazy. Like me and my wife, I was like, yo, these kids be drooling. We didn't realize our kids, and this was like a couple years ago. You know, they little, they like 2 years old, 3, 4, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, these little dudes, man, they be energy. You know, Dawa Da, man, he has nothing but energy. Everybody that know him, they were like, That boy be over there, then he over there, then he over there, then he over there. And man, I remember people was just commenting like, yo, your kids is well behaved. I was like, yeah. You think so? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not realizing that me and the mother had these kids on point. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about, and then when we really start recognizing it, we in certain restaurants, we in certain establishments, my kids is sitting down, they talking amongst themselves. They not running around. Even the little one, Zakar be in his own little world. But Zakar, my two daughters, everybody sit right there. They be chilling. They be quiet. They sitting at the table. They not making a noise and none of that. I look at everybody else kids. They be acting crazy now. Listen, I understand kids gonna be kids. I mean, I ain't trying to judge, but I'm just saying that discipline that is laid down by the man is important, and the woman being a part of that discipline, a part of that, man. The unison is out this world. I mean, yo, when a family can stick together and work together, especially, this is another thing too. In Islam, you can divorce your woman. I'm gonna show y'all in the book of Deuteronomy. Hold on. Let me get that scripture. Let me get that scripture. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Can I get Matthew 19 and 9? Matthew 19 and 9. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Because in Islam, you can get a divorce. Right? You can get a divorce. Before Christ died, he said this. Whenever you have it, sir, you can read it. Matthew 19 and 9. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I wish I had a charger for this. You ready?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery.
So it said, and I say it too, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication. Meaning that you can't put away that woman unless she has sex with another man or another woman, right? She do some type of nasty sexual deviancy. You understand? That is against God. If she ain't do that, man, you can't divorce her, right? I mean, y'all gonna have issues and problems. You understand what I'm saying? You can't put him away, right? Can I get Matthew 2 and 15? Malachi 2 and 15? Yeah, Malachi 2 and 15, Bubba Show. Whenever you have it, you can read it. So.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 15. And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth.
Listen, man, you don't never sit up there and, take advantage of, take, like, how can I say it? When you marry, look at it as something serious, right? That goes for man and woman, because it says in verse 16, it says, for the Lord the God of Israel said that he hated putting away. For one cover of violence with his garment, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore, take heed to your spirit that ye deal not treacherously. So when it comes down to dealing with your wife or dealing with your husband, dealing with your significant other, deal with them with kind, right? Don't be a people that, oh, well, I'm putting you away for this and you putting you away for that. I just was on the phone with somebody this week, and I had to tell them like, yo, I know that you're upset about your relationship and how it's going, but you do know that y'all be biting each other's head off. Like, y'all deal with each other wrongfully. It's supposed to be love, right? Like, if you say you love somebody, it's not your words and a feeling, it's an action. Like if you with a woman and you know that she might have some issues and problems, it's your job to help her with them issues and problems. And even when you are pissed off, I'm talking about to the extreme, you got to remember that that's still your wife and that we are oppressed. And you're going to deal with her accordingly. Now, if I'm telling you to be a sucker towards her and just be like, yes, babe, oh, like, nah, you get right with her. Check her, because that's love. Like that's like if your kid is misbehaving in school. I'm pretty sure all of us seen this before. Think about all the kids that got bad grades, but when they came to school, they was telling you how they got all the games. They got all the clothes. Christmas was amazing, the whole nine. Look at where they at now. They're not doing good in life. Right? They either dead or in jail. They busted and disgusted. You understand what I'm saying? Losers. Because their mother and their father never dealt with them accordingly. You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you're dealing with your woman, correcting your woman is good for her. You understand? Making sure that you stand on business is good for her, because it's not allowing her to feel as though that she has power over you. And now, she feel like she can do whatever the hell she want in your relationship. Right? Women, it's a thing for y'all. Don't be a sister that is so swift to try to destroy the family, right? What I mean by that is it's a lot of y'all that poke around the fact of going to the courts, weaponizing the white man, ready to call the cops on them because you upset, you mad. Oh, I'm about to take the kids from you and I'm gonna put you on child support. I remember counseling this one sister, right? And and she tried to beat around the bush. I said, you want him? You want things from him? I said, I would never trust you ever again. If I was your man, if I was him, I would never trust you. I would be figuring out an escape plan just in case. I'll be getting ready to backdoor you because I wouldn't be able to trust you. I said, you want love from him, but how the hell are you going to get love from him if you threatening him with child support? You want to try to emasculate him. He's a man. When somebody come through that door, he need to be a man, right? Then what the hell is you doing trying to emasculate that brother? Why are you trying to take away that man from his kids? I said, you want your son to be gay? You want him blowing rods and doing splits on the devil like Lil Nas X? Or do you want him to be a man? Because I said, whatever you do to his father, just remember that another woman is going to do that to him. And you're going to be upset with the fact that he's being treated poorly from another woman. But remember, you can't get mad because you did it to his father. It's going to be fair game. You understand what I'm saying? So, hold on. I'm about to clip this live, y'all. My phone about to die. I'm about to clip this live, y'all. Y'all go ahead and go to the ISBK Philadelphia page. So when you look at your family dynamic, you want to make sure, one, the man is fair understanding that he must be the leader of the family, right? He must be the leader. Hold on. The man must understand that he can't have bad days. Remember we was taught that in Hebrew Academy? I think we was taught that before then, but they drilled that in our heads in Hebrew Academy. You can't have bad days. You can't, and this is something like I know my wife watching this, she'd say, yeah, you right. I can't sit there and have a bunch of stuff going on in my world and allow it to affect other people around me because they encounter with me. I can't have bad days. I got to learn how to endure. And that's some of the hardest shit you can ever do in life. Being able to have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and when somebody call your phone, or when you go home, you gotta, hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? Whole time you going through it. But see, that's what a man does. This is the conversations that we have in the school. We have these conversations all the time in the school, where we break down how men are supposed to operate, how women are supposed to operate, how we're supposed to love one another. That's the way of the Most High. When you go into these religions, you're not learning those things. You're not learning, hey, push this truth by all means. Die for it. Stand for something or stand for nothing. That's what the IGBK is all about. That's why it says one spirit, man. The spirit of being an effing hero. Think about it. We grew up with heroes, but not the heroes of the Bible. Not the heroes that the Most High sets out. I'm talking about teaching you, like our parents showed us everything, but they showed us enough to get us to where we at today. Shit, some of us, we ain't even get no lesson from our parents because we wasn't fortunate enough. You get what I'm saying? But if you in these classes, if you able to comprehend what I'm saying, the Most High is letting you know one thing, that he's with you, that he wants you to serve him or continue to serve him and do the right thing. I'm seeing Commander Jenny Hanna at his age going in this truth, doing this since the 80s. That's a heavy resume to have. That's a heavy resume to have. I'm seeing my generals going in. They learning the social media better than me. I'm seeing General Hyman come out of nowhere making posts and that John go viral. I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. The general know how to work the TikTok better than me, which I love. But it shows me that, I can be going harder. Like, if they going at it, if they've been going strong this long, I can go hard. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm talking to my team. Man, we gonna go hard on this social media thing, man. Hey, we're gonna enhance this apartment right here. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Like, it's a beautiful thing, man. You get what I'm saying? We gotta push this truth. Push it. Captain Tazariak on the craziest podcast known to man. You know what I mean? He on there with some young Jewish cat that is a troll, battling rabbis for blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans can see how stupid they are. They're not smarter than us. They don't know the scriptures. No Jewish individual can beat us in the debate when it comes down to this Bible at all. They got destroyed at that table. You seen it, Barzo? I mean, they got destroyed. They tried so hard. Well, DNA, Kansas Zariak says, I didn't even know. He said, in Israel, they don't even let you collect DNA from the dead bodies that was found in Israel. They don't even let you do DNA samples. You want to know why? Because they don't want people to know that they are not connected to that land. They don't want them to know. But see, when you go into these religions, you're allowing these Jewish people to go unseen, unnoticed into our land, into our culture. Our culture is all throughout the Bible. In Deuteronomy 7:6, the Most High said that we are chosen to be a special people unto himself. In the next verse, it says he didn't choose us because we was high in number and so mighty and so. He said it was the obedience of your forefathers. See, our forefathers showed the Most High that we had what it takes to serve him and to represent him on the face of the earth. That's why Christ said, I believe it was Christ or Paul, where it says the Old Testament was written for our learning. Because we got to know how our ancestors, when we want to talk about ancestors, let's talk about the ancestors that stood on business when it came to the Lord. You understand that gave us the information to pass down. That's who we need to be studying. Not saying that we take away from Nat Turner. Not to say that we take away from Harriet Tubman and other fighters of our people from the past. But I'm talking about these men in the Bible. They had the game plan. They showed the game plan. They showed you, and they laid down the blueprint. Abraham was a representation of how every Black, Hispanic, Native American should move, right? Christ is a representation of how we should be moving. Elijah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, all those men show what it means to serve the Lord and really stand on business. When you go to Islam, Islam, you don't get nothing from Islam. You go to Islam, you know what you're going to do? You're going to say Wallahi and be lying. You're going to swear to the Most High, Allah, and you'll be lying. You go into Islam, you still going to get high. I see Muslims every day getting high. Literally, they got the pants, legs rolled up, smoking a black and mild, smoking with a blunt in their ear, talking Assalamu alaikum. I'm like, yo. I'm like, that's crazy. That's like me saying Shalom, Lord Christ. You understand? In a strip club. Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on? It's nothing but tell and a bunch of naked women around. I'm talking about Shalom. I'm saying I don't even want to say it out of my mouth because just putting those two together, it just doesn't sound correct. I'm gonna just shut up. You understand? Like I'm saying the salute in Hebrew. That is like to anybody that loves the Most High, that would infuriate them. That's why when people leave the school, we be like, he's a bitch. Now, if you leave the school, you leave the IHBK, just know we see you as a bitch. We don't see you as a man. You understand? We see you as a coward. We see you as a bitch. You understand? We think that you are now blowing another man's rod for money, right? Yes, we believe that you sisters out there. Yes, we believe that now you are having sex with multiple men, right? Yes, we believe every evil thing that a person can do, you're doing it. Just so it can help you sleep good at night. I wonder if they think that I'm this and I'm that. Yes, we think that you had sex with dogs. We think that you will become a bank robber. We don't trust you around children. That's how we think of you. Because you left this school. You went back to your vomit. We don't know who you are anymore. We knew who you was when you was in the school. When you reported, we understood who you was. We don't understand. We don't know you anymore. People that left, I don't know. What you doing to go get that record deal? How you getting them shows done? Huh? If you think that we think that you doing something funny, some funny business, yes, we think that. Don't let it go over your head. We think that because you said F the Lord. See, it's different when you're a Muslim. It's different. It's okay if you go off and do whatever you want in Islam. In the IHBK, being an Israelite in the IHBK, can't do what you want. You're going to have General Haas call your phone, figuring out what the hell is going on in your world. Hey, General Haas called my phone the other day. It was on a good note, but I'm trying to tell you, I was thinking of everything. Did I flush the toilet? Like, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a beautiful thing. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't get that feeling if I was Muslim in Philadelphia. When I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm talking like General Haas is like a father to me. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what type of man he is. He ain't gonna tell me, he'll be on the phone with me for like an hour just talking to me, trying to give me game, trying to make sure I'm on point because he cares about me. He cares about everybody because that's what a father does. You get what I'm saying? That's what the generals producing here in IHBK. So now when you see men in the IHBK moving a certain way, you're just going to be like, yo, man, that's just how they move. That's how all of them move. They all move the same way. You meet Barzal, he going to show you brotherhood. You meet me, I'm going to show you brotherhood. You get what I'm saying? You meet Knock, he going to give you a whole nother level of brotherhood that you never thought that you ever have in your life. You're like, damn, this brother is a down-to-earth brother. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is in here. That's why it's a beautiful thing. And again, it was a good feeling knowing that, damn, man, like, I like the fact that I can get that phone call and I'm thinking, dang, did I do something wrong? Am I sinning? Am I doing something that embarrassed the school? That keep you on your toes. That keep you sharp. You understand what I'm saying? Like that keep you sharp. You don't get that in Islam. Ain't no imam calling like that and people thinking that, oh, damn, did I? Like, it was like Debo coming through on my phone. I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Joe High's call. I was like, oh, man. Like, my nerve was still coming down. He ain't know. But my nerves was coming down. I was like, yo. Like, anytime, like, you in the school, you get a phone call from the generals, man, or them captains. You be like, shit, man. Did I flush the toilet in the school before I left? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sitting there, you like, did I mop the walls? Like, you just thinking anything because you know that these men are serious. And here in IHBK, man, we are serious, man. I'm looking at this picture right now, Captain Ahmad. Captain Ahmad is serious, man. He wants perfection. Officer Barzal is serious. He's so serious. I call him Batman. I'm like, that's the Batman in UPK. You know what I'm saying? He barely crack a smile. He be sitting there looking real staunch, real stoic. I be like, I'm glad we on the same team. But guess what? I know that he ain't gonna never mislead nobody. He ain't gonna tell you how to, like, in here, no, we don't know who got the weed. No, we don't know who's selling the straps. Remember somebody called me, like, yo, you know somebody selling straps? No. Dang, you be having all the joints. Yeah, but all my joints legal, bro. I don't get down like that. That's stupid. I'm like, you gonna buy a joint on somebody and then what? You get locked up with it? Is it worth it? If it's that deep, if you want to buy a strap, why don't you just move and get the hell out of the way or something? You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't get you so jammed up. Like, people know not to come to us and ask us certain questions. People don't even like smoking a cigarette around us. They're like, man, my fault, man. You know, I know I shouldn't be smoking this. You know how many times people say that when we are in camp Somebody, they unknowingly still smoking that cigarette or black or weed, and we don't even be having to tell them to put it out. By our presence and how we carry ourselves, they knew, oh, my fault, man. I know I shouldn't be doing this. They scraping the hell out that joint on the ground, trying to put it out. You know what I mean? And they getting the truth of God. And we're not treating them, how Christians might treat them or Muslim, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like we ain't treating them as if we're better than them. We're gonna give them the information that they need. If they need to talk to us, a lot of people talk to us all the time. They tell us their life story and things like that, and we giving them the information that they need. Right? We have a counseling program where we give counseling to all people. You know what I'm saying? You Black, Hispanic, Native American, it don't matter if you even in our school, we'll give you the counseling. And we're going to give you the weapons that you need to be able to defeat Satan, to get him off of your back, right? To battle your demons. And that's what we need in Philly. We got a president that is trying to single-handedly destroy the Black and brown community. No Muslim man is going to be able to lead the way when things start hitting the fan at all. It's not going to happen because they're not leading the way right now. Right now, Muslim men is worrying about where their next meal about to be coming from, how, what they're going to do with their penis, where they're going to get their next fix from, or their drug of choice. You understand? And just worrying about their life and, their family. But in the Bible, it teaches you to care and give a care for everybody else's family. Like one thing I learned coming into the school that was so powerful. I remember learning, like General Hyman said it so clearly in my earlier days being in the school. He said, you come into the school, you learn. You fix yourself. You maintain your family. You shed yourself for the world. The sacrifice is now you pour unto another family that's not yours. You put other people's families first. And some people will look at that and be like, well, I don't get it. No. You pour unto another family. You're helping that family. You're counseling the mother. You're counseling the father. You're counseling the children. You're making sure that they can eat every damn night. You're making sure that them kids got a way to get into school. Not just your kids, but you're also making sure that their kids can be okay. And you're doing it out of love because you understand the sacrifice that need to be made so that we can bring back our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Hebrew, what everybody know as Jesus Christ. We doing it so that he can come back. Captain Nakai taught us in Hebrew Academy that if we want Christ to come back, we have to show brotherhood to one another. It's times, man, I remember I was talking obviously a diet the other day, and I was just like, yeah, man, I don't know what I'd do if I see a certain individual. And, I'm like, I'm kind of glad that I haven't seen him because I probably would do something that's stupid because of pride. And as I'm saying that, because I'm in these scriptures the way I am and being in the school the way I am, the number one thing that came in my head was forgive. And I said, all right, I'm going to listen to that voice. And it took a big weight off of my shoulders. Imagine if we had that in the Black and brown community here in Philadelphia and every other community that we dwell in, when it's automatic to forgive one another. That would stop so many gang violence, so much hatred in relationships that's intimate or with family members. You understand what I'm saying? Like it would solve so many issues if we able to stop and not being so impulsive and say, you know what, I'm gonna just forgive them and move a certain way about them. That's it. You understand? It don't gotta be no beef. It don't gotta be no extra. Gotta be none of that. I'm just gonna forgive. I'm gonna just move a certain way. I'm not gonna even entertain it. We can sit at the round table. We can sit down and solve our differences. Get counseling. That's what we do here in ISUBK. Ain't no counseling to trespass councils in Islam. It's not going on. You definitely don't got a Jenna Hyman in the council. I remember, hey, Officer Barzo, I'm gonna end it here with this, right? I remember seeing this on Club. Remember Clubhouse? I was in Clubhouse. And they had this public council. When I say this, the worst council I've ever seen, I said, man, Jenna Hyman was to hear this, he'd probably be laughing because he'd be like, they don't understand. Like they just don't understand. Like the counsel that they try to give was just bad. Like they didn't check the situation, and it took for Kevin Cesariot to come in there and he checked everybody. So I don't even know what the hell this is. I don't even know why this is in a public room. Why is this even a public room? Why is this even a thing? This man said something inappropriate about kids. And we up here, like when I say he cut it so bad that you can hear a pin drop by the time he was done giving his judgment. He said, here's my judgment. Everyone should denounce this man. Everybody should block him, unfriend him. That's my judgment. That's how this is supposed to go. When I tell you, I'm like, that's how councils go where I come from. Things get done. Trees get shaken. Fruit fall. But they trees don't produce any fruit. These fake Israelites. Neither does these religions. Because there's only one way of serving the Most High. And it might sound crazy if you ain't never heard this before. But serving the Most High in today's time is you being in the ISBK. Because this is where you're going to actually get the real truth. You don't find this truth anywhere else in the face of the earth but the ISBK. It has started here and it's going to end here. And with that being said, that's my time, y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And with that, shalom.